Hey, how you doing, Taurus? This is another reading, so let's get into this. Don't forget to check out the star signs in your birth chart to see what's resonating. It does say there's a shift coming, so be prepared because I'm feeling some energies already. But check out every area of your birth chart and the star signs you have there so you can get the most accurate readings. Let's get into this. It says no one's coming to warn you about it, but a shift may take place in the month of your birth sign. It says it's coming in fast. Mind you, it says new presidency is going to help with this. Many of the men that you are sleeping with, for the females, or even the women that you are sleeping with, Taurus, it says you're going to see yourself in a panic attack with them. It says no time to look at the situation in another way. You may cause yourself good news or bad news. Make sure you look at Virgo's reading when it appears that you have to see certain things. It says Virgo's reading is going to help you pass something. Every time you see it, even if it's on this channel or another channel, you're going to see something that's going to burden you or even pass you in your mind about it. It says it's not going to be easy, but you've got to trouble yourself away from a situation before it gets worse. Mind you, it says enemies that are coming in the next week will still see they can try and harm you. You've got to panic a little because why is it that they're still trying to take from you? It says, remember who I am. I'm not going to be a narcissistic man just like that, but I can be. And if I want to be, I'm going to be. It says this nerd thinks he's going to come back and play you. He knows that he's not just a nerd. It says he's a narcissist and he knows that. He may play the field in his mind about being a nerd, but he also realizes he's a narcissist. Okay? For some of you guys that need to check out Aries reading, because I think this energy came out in Aries reading. So you can check the last reading I did, which is on Aries, because that energy came out in Aries reading. For some of you guys that need to know more about this person, because it can resonate, regardless if you've got star signs in your birth chart. We all have to, live through the energies of different star signs anyway. Yeah, day to day, month to month, that type of thing. Okay. It says nothing's going to work out for you in a bad way. Everything's going to work out in a good way if you see yourself fit. Mind you, you've got to work on yourself and your weight. Having good news in your mindset is going to have good news for you. You can promise yourself good news overall in your sex life, only if you see yourself in a better way. It says some of you guys are going through mental health problems with a man around you that wants to see you in a particular way. He could want your size or your shape to be absolutely accurate to his mind. It says it's not going to be easy for you to see that you've got good news for some of you guys that are having problems with a narcissist person who has to see you in a particular shape, size, or even to go down the aisle because he wouldn't want to marry you unless you look that good. Mind you, for some of you guys going through innocence in your mind, you do know that you have problems. It says you don't want to know you have to go and get another BBL or even a Brazilian butt lift. It says some of you guys want to know you can get one, but there's others that don't want to know you have to get one just to be with a man. It says, warning, you have good news overall with your weight, your size, and you look amazing. Tell yourself that. Spiritual guides and ancestors will bring you to your mind about it. It says, let him fall to the ground. Let him see problems are his and not yours. You'll have better news in that way. It says, caution with the wind. You'll have people telling you this many times over, but only you can see yourself in that way. Only you can remember who you are and love yourself for who you are. It says, don't try to warn yourself that bad news can come to you ever again. It says, good news can come to you always. Mostly, when you want to see yourself in a way that you promise yourself to lose weight or have very good triceps, biceps, or even see yourself with see, there's two energies trying to come in at once. A weight management plan. It says you've got to have good news overall. It says trying you is an energy overriding this. With a man says if you want to have a good mate, then you're going to need to lose weight. And it says it's not always accurate. So see yourself in a better way. Try to lose the person that wants you to have bad mood swings all the time because he or she wants your weight to be a certain way. It says it's only going to be that way in your mindset. In reality, it says it's not happening. And it says it's not going to happen in your reality because you're not allowing the situation to unfold like that. They could eat dust. It says no one's going to challenge you to lose weight to be with them. And it doesn't say that you need to do that. Okay? It says love yourself for who you are and love the person for who they are, or else eat dust. Okay? It says no one's going to tell you to eat dust. Ideally, this person wants to know that he can challenge you through your mind again. He says he knows that he's not going to see another woman as good looking as you. slim and sexy and fine. He likes them chunky. He says, I like my women big. I know this. I've got good news about the woman that I want to be with, and she's big and heavy. And I know that I don't really care about women in a way that you may see, but I want mine to be slim, it says. It says a man here wants to know that he can have a slim woman. He likes them fit and healthy, maybe even in a way that he says he can see them slim, so he causes a concern to say that they are healthy. It says you witness too much crap in your mind. There's so many women that are slim and even sexy and going through bad health issues. So you could never come and say, oh, this woman's got problems with her weight and that's the reason why she's unhealthy. It says warning signs are there for you to leave the mind alone. Let this man borrow time in his head and harm himself and see that he's got problems and he needs to move on. It says you will all see this problem with a man or another man that comes in the next week or two if he doesn't subside. It says you may not want this man in your atmosphere or in your room. He's got to punish himself away from his mind, talking about you negatively to your face. And remember, if he's not doing it to your face, it can still happen behind your back. It says, Taurus, you understand this too well. You're not going to curl over in your mind about it. You're going to understand that everything is going to work out just fine the way you see it in your own mindset. And even if people want to tell you to agree with them, you have to look at your mind first and understand what is going on there. Because someone is trolling you and following you and trying to tell you they want to be around you, but they're going to bully you. And it says this man is ready to bully you now. He's ready to tell you off. It says he knows that he wants to commit to the mindset of being a bully. Not really commit to you, but being a bully in your life. And he could harm you. So he's got to punish himself away from the problems that he's got in his mind, because he doesn't know how to communicate good news to you. He's going to commit to being a detrimental warning, a well world of trouble, or a warlock in your life. Bad news warlock in your life. And he's got to remember something. His brain is telling him, both of you are not going to stay in the same mindset. He even knows this as well. He's got to travel away from your mind and look at other things that are going to please him. You've got to do the same. But he's got to understand why you're sitting down waiting for him to say hi. It says you're not waiting for him. He has to trouble his mind to say why he's even looking at you to say hi, because he's punished. He's got to understand when you're ready to punish him, you're going to punish him. It says it's just like that. It says you see yourself in another realm. You even see yourself in another mindset. And it also says you don't understand who your spiritual ancestors are, or even the curse that's been put on you to bless yourself with protection. It says sometimes you don't realize your protection is a only warlock energy in you that comes out when you are mind gamed in your own head. Like you see sporadic energy come in your mindset to push something away. Like, for instance, you could do something now and say, I'm not moving. And then one wish at a time in your spirit will allow you to just instantly do something and then trundle along, do it and then forget it. Like you didn't even think about it for too long. You just done it instantly. Because you don't realize your ancestors are helping you to do these things. And you also are being pushed by the spirit inside you to do these things. It says, now we're teaching you so much about yourself, Taurus. You'll never understand yourself, even if you tried, because there's a load of things that you need to understand about yourself that you still don't know. And you will learn a lot about these things, but you're going to move on past the ancestors that are pushing you down to a death wish too, because there's one or two that want to see you harmed. We've got to get rid of those ones in the spiritual realm. Now we're trying to murder the mindset of a bad omen parent for you, or even a bad woman inside your mind that you keep seeing every night. Like you keep dreaming about them. You keep warning yourself. Why is it that you keep having these dreams? It says some of you are going through a warlock energy with this woman. You keep dreaming about a particular person every night and she keeps coming up in your energy. It says push her away, destroy her. And it says you can't do it exactly because the enemy in her keeps understanding she's got to keep you there. It says, do you wish for her to go away? I will make her go away. And it says a man around you will push her energy away from yours once he sees that he's got to move past a targeted mindset in you. Like he's got to target you for bad news. He says he didn't mean to do that. Asks you for things that you should never have thought about, even dream about giving him before the time. He says he knows why he's doing it though. His ancestors are bringing you to your knees about problems that he has. It says you shouldn't even want to get involved with anyone. That's the problem. It says his mindset tells him don't go down the road of looking for anyone until you've healed from trauma or dramatic syndromes or disorders that you are going through currently right now. It says you're punishing yourself with people in your mind for things that you are going through currently right now. It says all of you guys are going through something naturally, as everybody does, but the punishment that this man is giving you is because he's got deep-seated issues with his mum, his dad, and ancestors that are punishing him right now for things that he should have done when he was small or when he was younger, or even feeling like he needs to move past them now. It says his brain is telling him he should move on. He shouldn't have good news. He shouldn't even see you in a good way. He says he knows that he shouldn't because his ancestors are telling him to warn her to walk away or steal from her, take from her, destroy her. And he doesn't know why it's happening. He realized he's not innocent in the situation because he wanted war, and he's very curmudgeon, he's very sad and miserable, and he feels bad for what he's doing. But at the same time, he feels like war is there, like he has to do it. So it's not worth looking at him like, poor you little sod. It says, no, you've got to see him for who he is, because he's punished himself with the situation, and he's also wanting to know that he could work with them to get what he wants to. So he's got to move on. And you wouldn't see him no more anyway, because he's trying to warn you. He's not calling you, texting you, and he's not going to visit your mindset anymore about situations. He wants to call off and move on. So he may not call you anymore for a week, 2, or maybe even a month. And it says that he may not come back ever again either. For some of you guys that think he's going to come back, he ain't coming back. So just move on. Says you guys may get some calls coming in to help you clarify things that are going through your mind. And it says some of you guys are doing this online, or maybe even through people's energy that you have to help. Some of you guys will move on and see that blessings come anyway. It says, I know I'm not going anywhere. I leave you to it, but I'm not going anywhere. And if I have to tell you again, I'm going to get through this problem. It says someone is adamant to see I'm not going to harm you. And if this person says it, he means it. But he also realized he's got to be trusted. It says you've told him off. You already told him, I've got to trust you. Do you know how hard that is? It says he realized he's going to mess up a good thing if he doesn't try to warn himself to have good news. It says warning, is he going to treat me in any good way other than what he says he needs to do to punish himself and then say he's coming back better? Because there could be a whole heap of things that he's coming with that's going to punish me. Some of you guys are feeling like this. Some of you guys, there's a friend or a family member around you going through this, and they don't know how to come out of it. It says they will pull themselves away from the situation if they want to, but only if they trust that spirit is going to give them good news. If they stay, they could stay. But it says warning signs are for you all to move on. It says we know why. It says evil demons are still riddled around this man. It says he knows he's not allowed to come to you. It says, I know why. I'm a spiritual energy and I will crush you. And it says his demon ancestors are not the answer, but there's a general that's coming in to punish you with his energy. And if he doesn't leave the rank, he's going to punish himself. It says he's invited into a punishment with this person. Like he could get harmed. Hello, it says, I know you're there. It says women of the nature that I want you to be. Like you've got to be this, you've got to be that for these men. It says you will never be that. So don't even come to him. And it says some of you guys are dealing with army reps, mariners, and bad news army representatives that are giving them really, really bad news. Some of you guys are dealing with men in the Navy. Some of you guys are dealing with men that just work in customs, like British customs or US customs, or very, very bad mood atmospheres. Some of you guys have to deal with this. It says, no wonder you all are stressed. You may not see good news, and it may harm you if you don't go down with the man who could get arrested one day for even talking to you, because he could go through things in his mind that think he's on a good path and he's not. He has to leave the army or the Navy or the Marine to really give you good news. He's got to leave that environment because it's toxic. It says it's not going to be easy taking his mind back into consideration once he's out, because he's got to go through bad mood again. It says his mental health needs to change. He also needs you to know that he's going to need help. And he also realizes you're smart in that way. Like he's going to go through things mentally or disturb you with problems that he has right now. It says a bad mood is coming into a woman that wants him to stop picking up the problem in her head because she feels bad mood too. Like, what is it that you've got to give my woman? I want to know you give it to her. However, it says even if she knows that he's trying to help get her money, he's the one that wants her money. He wants her money. It's like he's using her as a way to get money. And he's going to troddle and pick up where he left off to punish himself to get money. It says, do you know, spirit of Taurus is going to be driving you crazy one day, is what it says to this person. Your spirit is going to drive this person crazy, and he's got to see himself fall and harm himself, because he's not going to backflip that easily next time the way he's trying now to get out of a problem. But he says he's going to fall and harm himself. You can feel it, but he needs you to help yourself up as he can help himself up, because you could be the one that falls instead of him. It says, no, I'm not going to fall that easy, because I want you to know that you're going to harm yourself before you even come to me and say anything again, because I want you to stop what you're doing. Let go of that job, it says. Let go of that mindset. Let go of that business. He says he doesn't want to know you're doing good in your life, but it says you will always do good in your life as long as you trust and believe that you have good money to pay your bills. He feels like you're taking away his essence when it comes to his bills. It says, no, I'm not. You can have that job if you want to have that job. You can stay in it, but don't hold on to my energy. And that's where he realized that you're smart. Because it's like, well, I'm not telling you that you need to stay in the job or even need to leave the job. You make that decision for yourself, but trust and believe you will lose me and my company and my essence if you don't change, because I don't want you as of what you are right now, who keeps trolling me and picking on me and trying to harm me, because you want to know you could have something for me, but from me at the same time too. And it's punishing me. It says, I know, because I need to let go of the job and I need to let go of a mentality. It says, you will witness this as a woman of mine. I know that, but I'm not going to call you anything other than a woman of mine, because I like you, but not even close enough to be my girlfriend. As I've been told, I need a woman of a certain stature to deal with, and she's got to be prejudiced, but at the same time, she's got to be beautiful in the mindset of a man that has got good karma. It says one day at a time, racism could come into it, or even bad moods with the way the woman has to be. Like she could be in a rut, and she will stay in that rut forever for this man in the rank. It's sad. So punishments could come to him or you if you stay in the situation. But warning, if you feel any punishments in your mind or any hurt anywhere in your brain, run. Don't stay in the situation. Let this spirit leave you alone, because it's detrimental to your well-being and you will get harmed by it. It says you've got to punish yourself away from the situation. It says, you know, it's hard to walk away sometimes. Just let your mind believe that you have to walk away anyway, because something's pulling you in your mind. Something's pulling you in your head to say, go the other way, go the other way. And it says it's Scorpio's energy that's helping you do this. It says Scorpio's energy is telling you, don't look back, run. It's saying that. It says run. Like Scorpio would exit the building and not look back, as Scorpios do when they really don't want to be in something. They will run. It says karma is coming to this man that wants to call you, text you, or ring you. He may see himself in a punishment with you. He's going to ring you tonight or even today, but he's going to see himself in a punishment with you. He says he wants to know that you punish him again, but he realized he's got to keep punishing himself. Oh. Only some of you guys are going through this in a way that is really bad. Some of you are going to pull yourself out of this burden where you've got problems with a family member, even trolling around your kids, seeing if you've got good news with your kids is something that he may want to do, or even seeing if you've got problems overall with your size, your shape, or even with your mind. It says he's looking too far into the situation in that way, hence why he doesn't want to ask if you've got anything going on with your love life. And it says you could have something going on with your love life. And it says you may not want to see that it's going to be with him anyway, because you don't know if he's going to be in your love life for much longer. He may not want to be with you either. So it says, my word, he needs to walk away and stop trolling around your energy, because he's no good for your brain, he's no good for your mind, and he's no good for your ancestors. It says some of you guys are connecting with spirits that are not mixing with your bloodline. You've got to see blessings come in the next week or two. It says only you can understand what's going on in the next year, because you will see blessings come in a good way. Only you. And it says nothing but the rest of the star signs will see blessings come in a good way, in the mindset of a Libra, a very good Scorpio mindset, which is passionately giving to themselves. Very good news about the way Libras handle themselves, or maybe even the way other people can handle themselves. It says people around themselves will handle themselves in a good way. Like some people that you may not know or you may know, like some of them may not even see themselves in a good way. It says only wishes that you may see the star sign or you may not, or you just know certain people that are going to go through these things. It says, I warn myself to have better news than you all the time. This man says he don't know what it is, but he plays on your parade like a fiddle. He's a childish person. He could even be a kid or a teenager or a young adult in their 20s, early 20s or late 20s. It says some of you guys are looking at this kid like a genius, but this kid is going through turmoil as we speak. You will witness this in your life. It says you're going to see your child go through hell. And he hates that because he's trying to warn you that he wanted to see a better way out. But he didn't want to warn you that it was going to be you that sees everything. He's going to witness bad news, bad luck, and bad situations that come to him. And he's going to hate telling you what's going on, but he's going to see them. And it says the veil is so thin that it's coming to him, and it's sad. He says he doesn't want to go through these things. But it says, son, I told you so. And it could be your child or someone's child around you. And their parent is telling them, son, I told you so. Be careful. And it says, I'm not even wishing these things on you, is what the parent has wanted to let this child know. But it's just a warning that this child didn't want to listen. That's all it is. It's not anything to do with the parent saying, you know what, I talk too much. Maybe it's manifesting. It says it's never going to be you. It always had to be in the person's DNA or in the genes or in the atmosphere or in the air. It's something around this person's mood as well. It says this person's going through bad mood. Bad juju will come and follow that mood. Yeah? Bad juju will come and follow that mood because this person's always in a bad mood. Yeah? That young person might always be in a bad mood. And it says he's been told as well by a grandparent that's been putting spells on him not to have good news. He feels it, but he doesn't want to witness it. He says he sees it in his parents' mind, but he doesn't want to say it's him directly. But it says, warning, it will affect him because it's affecting him already through the parent that's putting spells on their own child. It says, go down in your mind about the situation. Look into it if you want to. It says Capricorn's reading may help you. It may not help you. It says only when you realize it, you'll see good news. But it says some of you guys are dealing with Aquarius. So you may want to read Aquarius's reading, but some of you guys are not dealing with Aquarius. You may see it in other ways. You may have to see things that you don't even want to see. Okay? Or maybe even challenge Leo's reading a little bit. It says it was trying to warn you a little bit, but then it made a mistake and backfired. And it says it's not going to do that again. It says every demon could come out of the mindset of the Leo if it's not careful. It has to backfire though. It says it's not going to work out because they're trying to warn themselves to be good. They're really trying. And they will witness things in a better way in the next week or two because they're pushing it away. They said, I don't want this drama. I don't want this smoke. I'm not going through these problems. So it says, make sure you see yourself in a blessed way with them. Try to have good news with Leos or even Sagittarius, because it says some of them are going through bad news. It says only you and Virgo are going to have better news in the next week because no one's going to come in with the bad news. It says only you and the narcissism that's happening right now is going to get through the problem together, because you are both under the same oath as the narcissistic person. It says you may not be the one that's doing the bad things, but the person that's doing it around you is going through and trying to drag you in a well, trying to drag you down the same rabbit hole as them. Warning, rabbit hole. It says some of you are going down the same well, okay, as them. The same ocean, the same designed network to prosecute you, harm you, or even drag you down the bad omens that they're going through. So be careful, Taurus. It says, I know that I wouldn't want to witness that, is what you say, Taurus. But it says you wouldn't want to witness that, but people are dragging your spirit down there. So be careful. And don't say something that you don't want and then it happens because you're not looking careful. It says carefully look at the situation. It says, I know I wouldn't want to drag this person down there. It says stop, because she realized she's being dragged anyway. But she also realized I'm watching everything you're doing. I'm not going to stop watching everything you're doing. If you're liberty taking, I want you to stop, it says. And she realized she's getting close, but she's not putting herself in it. She will pull herself out of it so fast that you will see your head spin around. It says try dealing with a Scorpio. She will F somebody up to get herself clean again, because she ain't trying to harm anyone. Neither does she want anyone to see her in a bad way. She says, I will F somebody up to tell me that you're going to ever give me good news. And if she speaks it out aloud, you're clever, because she may not even hear your mindset around her. She may not speak it to you directly, but she knows what goes on inside her. She says, I'm smart enough to know I'm going to fuck you up and you will never know. Some of you guys will witness this, some of you guys won't. It says not all of you guys are going through the same thing. But if you're dealing with a mindset of a man that's troubled, he has to punish himself away from you, because he's not good. And he looks at you like he's not good as well. And he may not harm you, but he's going to harm a friend or a family member around you. And he sees himself doing it. So warning, run. Yeah, run. It says run now. Even if you're Scorpio, it says walk away. Maybe even run. But it says they know why they're doing it. They need to challenge his energy and see what's happening in the next week so they can move past it. It says only Scorpios are built for this energy right now, to deal with a person like that, or a mindset of a man that's going through a problem. It says they will see what the problem is so they can move past it. It says they know why. Their spirit is telling them good news is going to come after this situation, but how? It says most of you may not know how, and they may not know how, but spirit is using them as a vessel to move past it. Jesus loves them so much they feel it's going to happen in a good way. Blessings can come for them, so they're warning themselves to move on from the problem. Okay, so it says, as for all of you Taurus, you're going to have good news in your wedding plans. Victory is coming with your mindset. It says all this time you've been looking at things that you want to purchase and buy before the Christmas comes, maybe even seeing that your blessings are going to come, and warning signs are there for you to be a bit deceptive but not too much. It says pay attention to your bills, maybe even walk away from the wedding plans until after the new year. It says sometime ago you said, I want to look good. Look good then. It says try to impress yourself. Make sure you look good and make sure you dress well and look nice. And don't let anyone burden you. And promise yourself you have good news to your mindset all the time. It says you will witness good news all the time. Money is going to be sporadic, but it will come through. It says no one's going to burden you or harm you. Good news is going to come. And it says you'll all see blessings come in the next week or two. It says don't have bad news in your mindset. Keep a hold on your brain and have good news overall. Challenging your situation is not going to be easy at all. So don't worry about anyone out there. It says you've got to have good news in yourself and look good. Dress up, look nice, go out, even enjoy yourself if you want to. It says stay away from the media though. Don't go online too much. Try to have good news overall with your skills, your money, the plans that you want, and enjoy your rest and your rejuvenation and have good news and bounce back. It says no karma is coming for another week, 2, or even a month. It says 1, 2, 3 minutes ago, a man says he wants to visit you or see you. Maybe even call you down to the police station. Maybe even see him there. Maybe even see his problems subside, because he wants to now talk to you and really, really arrest your mind in your head with things that he's got going on. It doesn't say it's a good omen. It says fuck him and move on. It says make him feel like he can't talk to you. Just move him out of your atmosphere. Make him feel like he can't come to you for nothing. He may not even see you again, but he's not allowed to. And it says his trouble is he don't know how to move on. He's troubled in his head. But let him know he's not allowed to come to you again and move on past it. It says weak in the knees is someone for you. He's very weak in the knees and he wants you back. He may not know how to move on though, but trouble his mind away from you. It says it's a Pisces. A Pisces wants you. It says the Virgo may want you too, but Pisces is itching for you. It also says you may not see a bad problem with a victory in your mind about it, but you may have a problem with an Aries. Maybe not though. It says this is going to subside or make you feel shocked that this person's even trying to come back. It says he witnessed something in his head. Many thanks to him. He says someone's manipulating him in his spirit. He can feel it. But it says only when you realize there's a person around you, an aunt or a family member that's trying to manifest bad news upon you, this person's pulling in energies from all directions. It says you need to look into the Virgo reading, maybe even challenge that reading a little bit, or see what's going on with the Virgo, Gemini reading, possibly even passionate Aries reading again. Maybe even some of you guys need to look into Aquarius reading, but all of you need to move past the problems and have good news. It says you will all move past it and have better news in the end. Okay, it says celestial energies are there to trouble your mindset a little bit as you warn yourself to move on. The planet is moving forward in a different direction now. It says you're going to see better news in the new year though. to try to move on past the negative energy that's there. And make sure you dress well for a caution that could happen, as court could come up for some of you. But it says all of you are going to punch this person in the head if they ever try to bring any drama to you. So make sure you're preparing yourself for that. As you see yourself even winning the situation, this person has to die out. They've got to die out of their mind about the things that they wanted for you. Eating shit is what they wanted for you. Drinking water that's dirty is what they wanted for you. Seeing yourself living on the street or on the road is what they wanted for you. Seeing you in a bad way, like you're on some type of drugs or you just look really bad. This is what they wanted for you. But you're gonna drown out of the problems that they're putting in your head. You're gonna make sure that they eat shit. Yeah? That they're gonna swallow diarrhea. That's all I'm hearing for some of you guys, because there's a lot of people that are ready to target this person anyway. And this person's going to have to deal with the swamp of vomit that's coming towards them. Okay? They're going to see themselves drown in vomit. Okay? It says bad news for this person ever wanted to touch you. So many people are witnessing things in their life they don't even know what to do. But they're allowing you to see blessings come as you all huddle together to give yourself victory. Okay? So well done, Taurus. Keep moving forward and blessing yourself, your home, and your family, and have a happy new year. It says Merry Christmas to you all and a happy new year. Make sure you all have good news, okay? Try to warn yourself that you're going to have good news and see a nice new year come in and help you out of problems again if they come to you, but only when you see blessings come. Rip them into your mind in a way that you're like, yep, I'm determined, I'm keeping them there, okay? So it says that's it really. It says no one is going to trouble you, even a mind that didn't want to let go. He's moving on. It says someone here, he says he's still judging you, but he's not letting go, and he may come forward again, but he may not. And it says you just got to move on. Have good news. Okay, so it says witness good news in your mind and enjoy. Have a good day. All right, so we'll speak to you next time, Taurus. Ciao for now. Bye.